Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and I am everyone, and I'm frozen out there. That's kind of a reference to a thing that I haven't seen, and I have absolutely no authority to be making reference to it. This, by the way, is another obstrung nubuloid rectangle of even the ocean. Am I funny yet? In the last episode we dealt with the Air Geome, and now we just have to report it, if I can ever remember which button is the button that I button with. I swear, if I want to jump, I will press the shield button. If I want to shield, I'll press the jump button. I will never get it right. So yes, in this episode we're going to be chasing the Sea Geome. We'll be chasing the sea. Just the entire sea, and we will whip it like our name is Caligula. I think it was Caligula that whipped the sea. That was a Roman emperor who whipped the sea because he was unhappy with it. True story. Oh, we're gonna have another Yara Hummus moment. I never know what to say during well, this is the second of two so far, but still, I never know what to say during this. Hummus, why are you so difficult to sympathize? Well, not even difficult to sympathize with, just... I don't even know. I don't want to say unusual, because that sounds like I'm criticizing them for not conforming to everyone else's norm, but clearly they're just from somewhere where that's okay, and it shouldn't be not... I'm just digging myself in holes. Yara getting deep already. Nice. Nice? Why nice? I don't know. Deep and emotively intense discussions. Most likely, Yara. Like just real talk? Probably. Just saying. Excuse me? So that's... well... that just came right the fuck out of nowhere. That explains a lot. That explains why you have such difficulty, like, fitting in with what are human constructs of normality, which is okay. Well, that... I don't... I was so ready to accept hummus as just eccentric, but I'm okay with this. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, that rationalizes anything about how hummus has been treated by the others, because it... how hummus has been treated by the others, if I can speak. Just... I don't know, there's nothing I can say that won't make me sound like a terrible person. Just... hummus behaves in such a way that most people would find to be abnormal, and it's not that they're random and different for the arbitrary sake of it. It's they have... there is more of a reason to it than just they're like that. Like, I guess having lived through so many cycles, humanity always turns out a little bit different each time, or societal norms are a bit different each time, and so why should they have to adjust if they're that immortal, I guess? But, hummus, could you not have given us a straight answer as to, you know, whenever we have questions like, oh, what are we doing? Should we kill the geomes? All that stuff. Like, why? Why can't you just give us a straight answer? Why can't I stay on a lucid train of thought this evening? I don't even know. Anyway, wrong button. There we go. I knew to come to the northern continent, partly because there's nowhere left on the southern continent for us to find stuff, but also... oh, that was a bit of a guess. I thought it'd be the next divulate over there, but... before I started the episode, obviously I cut out the trip back from the Great Cliff, because there was no point in leaving that in. And on the way back, I switched the map over so I could find the sea bomb silo, just the entire sea. We found the entire sea. Now, just the fact that there are barnacles on the corner of the silo, that specific detail makes this whole area remind me of the Great Bay. Oh, fucky foos. Reminds me of the Great Bay from Majora's Mask. So we have mirrory reflecty shoes. And there are mirrors. And more money. Nice. Teaching us the basic mechanics before it even properly matters. I'm guessing those will charge us up if we get hit by them. And how convenient that there are markings on the walls that show us the trajectory of where things will bounce if we stand in certain positions. God, this is a clever level already. Like, it's been established that this game is full of genius level design, and I mean that sincerely. And this is just yet more proof of that. I can only gush about it in so many ways. And will my energy meter ever be reset? And now you want me to sit on the wall there. Oh, I love this. I love this so many and so much and so how. Will this be the gimmick of the next geome, though? Oh, you're having to make me think cleverly. I don't like being clever. It means that I must brain space. That's not going to help. Right, if that... Where am I going to need to stand for this to happen? Oh, do I need to... I just need to sit on that, don't I? There we go. I don't know why it took me so long to figure out where I needed to stand for that. Also, I swear, my tongue is just misbehaving today, so a combination of total emptiness in my head department, and also my tongue getting in the way and me not being able to enunciate clearly. Even worsely than the usual. It's gonna be a crap episode commentary-wise. Oh, it's going to make me go to places. Oh, that was... I was so afraid it would require me to go into a third spot and bounce it off a third location, but no, everything turned out fine in the end. Clever everything! I love it so much, and so how, and so many, and so yum. And we're still not level, like, balanced. Really? The really was more directed at the expectation of this puzzle, which isn't that difficult. It was just a matter of realizing that, oh, you need me to solve a puzzle to exit this room. Well, good morning to you too. Shoot me in the back, please. Thank you. It's as close to as balanced as we are going to get, obviously. See, I would say, oh, aren't they going a little bit too ham with the gimmick here? But I mean, it's a silo. It's not a very long level. We're nearly at the end of it already. And I'm okay with this. Are these going to rotate at any point? Because they look like they can rotate on the spot. Yeah, is there going to be some excuse for these to be in the next geome? The final geome, even? Well, I'm assuming it's the final geome. It's the final geome. Doo-doo-doo. Who... is there anyone who commentates on YouTube who has ever, like, in their entire career... That is all. Has anyone had an entire career in commentating on YouTube in which they've not at least once made some sort of sideways sing-along reference-y foo to the final countdown song? I'm sorry, I'm trying to commentate semi-decently, semi-Freddo, the toilet, and also solve a puzzle at the same time. Which is not that difficult, because there are these lines on the walls telling us exactly the trajectory of each thing, but I still have to think a little bit. Anyway, we have the bomb box. Well, I mean, so far we're... Oh, it's even further north. Well, I would have thought that the last geome would be on this northern continent, because then you've got 2 geomes and a silo on the southern continent, and then 1 silo and... No. That's... Whenever I have to say things where I need to reverse... Like, if I say 2 of X and 1 of Y, and then 1 of X and 2 of Y, then you know I'm going to reverse the wrong thing, or reverse them both. So, instead of saying 2 of X and 1 of Y, and 1 of X and 2 of Y, I'll end up saying 2 of X and 1 of Y, and 1 of Y and 2 of X. I don't know where I came from. It's like the 2 Ronnies. It's good night from me and good night from him. It's like that. So, northern continent, 2 silos, 1 geome. Southern continent, 2 geomes, 1 silo. There it is. The Great Falls. That's a very jaggedy looking box there underneath the geome, but whatever. Oh, this is pretty! Does the northern continent wrap around to the southern continent? Well, no one ever complained when the Sea Geome was just ominously floating. Was it? It was either Magdal Woods or Oscar Basin. It was just floating then as well. Like it didn't need to be moist, especially not when it was attacking Whiteforge. Jeeble. So we're going to have to somehow go beyond the backwards waterfall. You know, do, because Klonoa, it is a game. The edge of emotion as opposed to the edge of reason. The edge of glory. We're going up, 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 up. Try and tell me those aren't the same song. Are you going to be a bouncy fuck? Nope, you're just a wall. You're a wall that behaves like the lasers. You know the lasers that follow us around, except now it's a portable wall. Oh, hi. Oh! I remember this! Again, a live stream development thing. Some area where emotion is personified. Does Sharon always speak about Sharon's self in the third person? So, you're like Gems from Steven Universe, except instead of gems, you're emotions. Okay. You are the emotion of Sharon. So, if ever you feel Sharon, then that's embodied in this emotion spirit. Why would you just... Oh, I would say, why would you take them out of sight, but you're literally just explaining that right now. Well, this is a really cool concept. Yeah, take me with you. We need to blow up a giant sky whale. Well, that doesn't have to be the back. I mean, we need to get in there somehow, but yeah. Are you trying to go in through the blowhole? Do you even know if there is a blowhole? I do like how, like, this game works in units of 3. And each... Like, let's say there's, like, Chapter 1A, 1B, 1C, and then 2A, 2B, and 2C, and then 3A, B, and C. Like, each one being elementally aligned with either Earth, Air, or Water. Sea, whatever. And each Air area, and each Water area, and each Earth area, etc., those are all, like, similar in some way. Like, for example, this being the Sea area is like when we were doing that favour for the, Oh, Wilbert! I remember you! That was a thing that you said when we went to, Boreas Heights. I was going to say, this is in pursuit of the Sea Geome, and when we were going to the power plant in Restview Beach, a very sea area, we had to go and get the Clariseed thing and do a favour for the starfish thing. And then, I think it was Oscar Basin that was the sea-oriented area in Chapter 2, technically. That was where the Sea Geome was. And there we had to retrieve the key. So the sea areas involve retrieval in some shape or form. Rude. Rude, bouncy goozle. And then, I guess, Magdal Woods is fairly straightforward. And also, well, the Great Cliff was convoluted, but we didn't have to really do anything. We just had to go from A to B, and then from B, underneath B, go from the underside of B, via G, and end up back at A somehow. But we didn't have to go out of our way to do anything, we just had to just keep following the path. And then... Oh yeah, there was Riverton, which happened, and Boreas Heights, where we had to talk to people, as, like, we didn't have to go out of our way to collect things, we just had to speak to the right people. So I like how there's this recurring sort of theme. Ah, the gay couple that owned the library. I remember you fondly. So we have the emotions now. The music here is pretty. And the environment is pretty. I feel like I could just listen to this song and then just cry a little for emotion's sake. Because it's emotion, there is an emotion down there, and I would... Even the emotion. Oh. Slightly more sinister now. Still okay, though. Oh yeah, I made no mention of Dream Jam Canyon, did I? Oh. Are you saying that the dark energy emotions are negative emotions? Because that doesn't really help what I was saying in... Was it the last episode? About the Western trope of light is inherently good for some reason. Maybe negative thoughts are just very horizontal thoughts. And knees. And toast. And more money. How many times can I milk that one off-the-cuff thing that I said... What was that? What did I just mouth? Just one off-the-cuff line in my Let's Play of Spyro the Dragon, and it somehow turned into a thing that I repeat on a regular. I'm not sure what that was just now, I randomly choked on nothing, like a very tangible nothing, but nothing nonetheless. Do these qualify as geome spores? Because they're certainly as nuisancey as them, but in a really passive way. Huh. Oh. I don't know whether this was deliberate or not, but this reminds me, funnily enough, of a bit of culture that I learned from Cursed Mountain, of all games. The whole thing with the Bardo, which for those who haven't been watching Cursed Mountain, the Bardo is like Buddhist purgatory, where you spend 2 weeks there, and in the first 7 days, you meet the peaceful deities, and then the second 7 days, you meet the wrathful deities, who are like really angry and tormentuous and screaming. I thought we only had to collect... I thought we only had to collect 4, and that was our 6th. But hey, whatever. So anyway, it seems like the first half of this area, we collected 4 positive emotions, and they were personified with light energy for, well, I guess traditional reasons. What are you? What are you? Oh, you're a bouncy boo. Bounce me, please. Oh, you're intended to be a nuisance. Well, I can work with that too. And now we're in like the wrathful deity area where all we're hearing is negativity, and we're collecting it. Oh, Yara. Oh, you lost soul, hitting close to home there. I like this area. It's pretty, it's clever, and it's, like, well, clever. Did I miscount how many negative emotions we had? But 4? We got, like, 6, maybe 7? We got plenty. Excuse you. Okay, that's, Just, oh, it's like a river if you go sideways. That's fucking weird. So, furthering the comparisons to Purgatory, we've gone from the Buddhist Bardo to fucking the river Styx from ancient Greek mythology, and... oh my fucking god, Charon. How did I not see that? Excuse me a minute. I just need to take a moment to pause on the save screen here. How did I not see that? Sharon with an S, and either Sharon, Charon, or Charon, depending on how you pronounce it, with a C, is the ferryman person of the River Styx in Greek mythology to do with the afterlife. This area is fucking genius! I need a moment here. Also, the geome is really pretty. Now, I did cut out some stuff at the start of this episode, and I just hit 20 minutes of recording now, so this might be a short episode, but I need a moment to recover. I'm gonna tweet the developers of this game and tell them that area is fucking genius, and I'm gonna put that tweet in now. Ah! That was really good! My soul! Anyway, I have been able to continue to be really impress-delating Hexagons, and in the next episode, Sea Geome. I need to lie down. See you in the next one.